Hola guys and girls, and welcome to a different kind of Keyforge video. This is kind of more of a Keyforge news video, because if you followed the live stream which we just had today, I tried to upload this on the same day, they were going to reveal 4 complete decks of Mass Mutation for us to download and play with. Since because of the whole pandemic thing, we obviously you have to wait and we can't really play around and stuff like that. And yeah, the article is out of here. The article is out basically right when they did this. I pressed the record button, and here we have the 4 decks. I already have them open in different tabs right here, and we are gonna go over them real quick. Usually I don't like doing these spoiler kind of news videos, especially if it's only like 3 cards or something like that. I don't like doing a whole video about that. But this time we have 4 complete decks to look at, so I thought this is definitely worth making a video about that, like kind of news thing, because this is like a lot of new cards we are going to see, and let's look at them together. I did look at them before. I just saw the first card of the first deck when I opened this, but yeah, let's look at the first deck, and it's the rapidly ever-changing Sadao. And yeah, these cards of course doesn't say anything. Let's just scroll through the cards and see what they can do. So first up we got the Commandeer, extra card, and Aember blip. For the remainder of the turn, after you play another card, a friendly creature captures one. Okay, that's interesting. That's like, so we have like similar library access effect, but with capturing, which if you have a big Sanctum turn going on, then you can definitely capture a lot. I think it's good that it has an Aember blip for sure, because it's not obviously not the capturing is not as good as drawing cards, but still it can lead to some good Aember control for you. And yeah, it fits off obviously the flavor of Sanctum. It is a common card as well, so you might even get multiple copies of this in a deck, which is interesting. So after you play 2, you're probably capturing 2 cards. After you play a card, which makes this really interesting. So if you have multiple copies of it in the deck, but we will see, maybe it's limited as well. But yeah, next card would be Fangs of Giselhart. So Giselhart is the new leader they revealed as well. I don't know if I can show a picture of that on screen or not. We will find out in editing. But yeah, this is the... You're not gonna look at this because this is obviously enhanced. This won't be in every deck. We are looking at, it gets an X arrow symbol. It has Purge the most powerful creature. Okay, nice effect there. Obviously works against you as well. But so in general, some good removal for Sanctum. I don't know how strong these Sanctum creatures are going to be in Mass Mutations. In earlier sets, they were rather strong. So like the overall like power average was for Sanctum rather high. So don't know how much this will bite them in the butt, that they have to purge the most powerful creature, but it's still nice to see some like straightforward removal in a house which usually doesn't have that. Usually like Sanctum has to deal with fighting or stunning them. Now you do an artifact, we already know that artifact. The Font of the Eye. If an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, a friendly creature captures 1. So yeah, it's rather straightforward. It has an Omni effect, so it works for everyone, and yeah, it's very similar, if not exact similar, to the Pile of Skulls. Which, if enemy creature was destroyed, you get to can choose a creature which captures 1. This is the same, only a turn later. That's why it's Omni, but it's common as well, so it's more likely to be in the deck. But very similar to the Pile of Skulls for sure. So this is a new card. We have General Salvador, which has similar. Okay, it's enhanced to capture icons with 4 power and 2 armor. Pretty straightforward. It's a common as well, so you can get a lot of enhanced symbols on that. It doesn't have like an additional effect. It only has the enhanced thing. So it's decent. I want to say maybe not even good, because usually like a lot of the enhanced cards we have seen so far have like additional text here, which like every time you have an extra symbol capture happening, do X. And yeah, but he doesn't have that, so it's a 4 power 2 armor creature, so decent. It's strong enough, and it gets your deck some Aember control, so yeah, I guess it's decent. But definitely we have seen some better enhanced cards so far. So Giselhart see a lot. So yeah, there are a lot of Giselhart cards which I like. I always like if there's like a theme going on, and this time it seems Giselhart is a very big part of the lore of Sanctum in this set. And yeah, Giselhart centers enters play ready and enraged. Okay, so you just play him, you can fight right away. I like that a lot. Like the problem with like all these fighting things, which were a problem with Brobner as well, is that they don't happen immediately. You play them, and then you have to wait around, then you have to call the same house again, and then they actually get the value out of their fighting. And stuff like this makes fighting a lot more interesting, when you can play it and fight right away. So basically you play it, you have to fight, and after that you can still use it. But it's a 4 power creature, so it's rather strong, and it's a free for damaging it on something basically. It's like if it's a stronger creature, this is like basically a card which deal 4 damage to a creature. Of course, Taunt can see the thing, Elusive can see the thing, but yeah, I like cards like this, especially if it's common. You can see multiple of this, and then you play like every time you fight, something happens, and there we go. We have another one of these and a third one of these. So that's like if you have this combination of cards together with like the take hostages, where like every time you fight, for example, you can capture one, or like similar effects which we might find in Sanctum here, which are more fighty in Mass Mutation. We already know that, but yeah, I like that. I like the direction they're going with this. It's not like the same problem they have with Brobna. Okay, we already know this card. This time it has an Aember symbol on them. And then we have another enhanced one, once again capturing 2. And when you resolve a capturing bonus icon, you may choose to steal one instead. Okay, yeah, this is like the version I meant with Serena. Like this guy, like together they make a lot of sense. Like with this on board, you want as much capture icons as possible because stealing is still the strongest mechanic you can have. And especially now, seeing that you can have multiple of these in the deck, they are uncommon, so 2 is not that, will not happen that often. But that means every time you resolve a bonus icon, you actually get to steal 2. Or is it? No, wait. If you resolve one, you may choose to steal instead. No, it doesn't work that way. Never mind. You would still only be able to steal 1. So having multiple of these basically just helps with more consistency. But you're not going to be able to steal 2, since you choose, basically, the first one triggers, you choose, do I steal instead? No. Okay, the second one triggers, do I choose? No. Or yes, and you're just going to steal 1. It's not adding up, sadly. Okay, Split this way, we know that, so that's a thing still which I like. And there's the Mad Prophet Giselhard. This is like the one to show on stream as well. While Mad Giselhard is in the center of the battle line, so we do have some lead. It gains action, fully heal each non-mutant creature, gain 1 Ember for each creature healed this way. It is a good effect, like it's not a bad one for sure, but it's not as impactful. First of all, it's an action effect, so you actually have to use her. You don't gain Ember through reaping or something like that. And then you heal all non-mutant creatures, which is a thing in Sanctum for sure. They are anti-mutant, so there are not that many there. Obviously in this deck there are some. But, and then you can potentially gain a lot of Ember. But it's like, since it's an action ability, not like a play ability or something like that, your opponent will see it coming, and they can like, if it's too person, they can like get rid of her or kill the creatures that have damage on them and are non-mutants. So it is I like the flavor. I like that it's a snake, and I like that it's a Mad Prophet, but for a leader it's definitely not one of the stronger ones. Axiom is back, which, okay, Saurian doesn't have that many cards in the pool so far, since it's only for one set, so obviously there are going to be coming back a good amount of cards we already know from this last set. And then we have Consul Primus, which has once again capture symbols, so a lot of capture symbols in this deck specifically. Move 1 Ember from a creature to another creature. So good reap effect for sure. You can get 1 Ember from your creatures on opponent's creatures. If you have a strings on board, something like that, you can get Ember on that. So especially for Saurian, a good ability. Enhanced capturing is nice for Saurian as well. So there's also sadly no protective effect, so it's probably going to be removed rather quickly. But yeah, we have 2 of them. And then okay, versus Galatiopos, 12 power. Galatiops only deals 4 damage when fighting. Okay, just straightforward 12 power creature. It's basically similar to the Pterodactyl, but this guy yeah, doesn't have any additional effect, but it's a common. So it's basically a big beefy creature, which yeah, just can take a lot of things, a lot of damage and stuff, and yeah, does only 4 damage when fighting. It's not great, obviously, but it's decent. Since like fighting, it depends what they do with fighting in this set. So far, fighting has never been a great mechanic in the deck in the game. And with this, like, it depends on what you're fighting. This might actually be a cool card, but other than that, it's like meh, I want to say. Then we got the Hedoistic Intent. 1 bonus Ember action ability, exalt each flank creature. So that works for your creatures and the opposing creatures. So depending on the board state, this can be a very effective, very good card, especially with Saurian, which likes exalting itself. So you don't really, sometimes you don't mind having Ember on them, and you do, like, it's an even effect. Like if the board is there. And of course it depends a little bit what's on the flank, but you can decide when to play it, obviously, and you do get an extra Ember for sure. It's like an even effect. You get 2 exalted, opponent gets 2 exalted. So it's like nothing, both of them gain 2 potential Ember, but you gain 1 additionally due to the extra Ember symbol. So basically, it's an extra Ember already, and then depending on what creatures you have, this can actually be very powerful or like just very underwhelming. It's just an even effect. So it depends on the deck support how much this can shine, but I like the card in general. Then we got Humble, action card, 1 extra symbol, play, exhaust a creature. If you do, move 3 Ember from that creature to the common supply. Okay, I see. So that works both ways. Most of the time, you're going to do it on yourself. You could potentially do it on an opposing creature as well, just to exhaust it. Like that's the thing as well. You don't have to. You can just choose a creature which is annoying, and you can just exhaust it. So it's very versatile at that. So that's already a good thing. And the moving from Ember to the common supply can obviously in Saurian be very impactful. Maybe the opponent has a shrinks you want to get rid of the Ember from, or something like that. So yeah, I like that it's that versatile, because even there's nothing you want to get rid of, you can still just exhaust the creature and gain Aember by doing that. So it's like a weaker Nocturnal Maneuver where you get to exhaust up to 3. This is only 1, but has the additional utility of potentially getting rid of 3 Aember of a creature of yours. But okay, then we have the Pterodactyl, and then Good of Many, we already know this card as well. Lycosaurus, okay, this is one of the mutants we saw, and he has male Exalt Lycosaurus, so this is like the Saurian part of the mutant. And then the Lyco part of the mutant is, if you do, deal 3 damage to a creature, and he has, oh wait, no, I think the Skirmish part is the part of the Lyco thing. Like, Lyco is like wolf shenanigans, like it's Lycanthropes, werewolves, something like that. So I think the Skirmish part is the Lyco part, and that is the Saurus part, the effect right here. So yeah, it's just a combination of things. 5 power is a lot. I don't know if that's like all these mutants. I don't think all these mutants have 5 power. I think the 5 power is the Saurus part as well. Because I think we saw a robot, like something like that before in Logos, which only had 4 power. But yeah, if that's the thing, then the Saurus part might actually be pretty nice to gain other effects. But yeah, it's a cool mutant. There are a lot of them running around. Let's look at the next card, which is Monument to Primus. Location artifact, which has action effect, move 1 Aember from a friendly creature to another friendly creature. If Concept Primus is in your discard pile, move one creature. Wait, what? Ah, Concept Primus is a card. Okay, I see. It's special rarity, so that means Concept Primus is gonna be in the deck most likely as well. I'm assuming. Did we see Concept Primus before? I think, right? That's where we had 2 from. Yeah, here is it. Okay, nice. So double Concept Primus together with... So I think it works this way. You can get Concept Primus on their own without the artifact, but as soon as you have the artifact, you will have at least 1 Concept Primus. I think that's how it will work. Similar to, like, you can have Subtle Chains in the deck without Chain Gang, but as soon as you have a Chain Gang, you will have at least 1 Subtle Chain. I think it's going to be similar to that. But yeah, you get to move... So basically it's the same effect. Wait, it's the same effect, but as an artifact. Move 1 creature to another creature. Okay, but this only works with friendly creatures, right? Move 1 from a friendly creature to another friendly creature. And if it's in the discard pile, move 1 from... Oh, okay, I see. It's only for friendlies, but if you have Concept Primus in the discard pile, it's basically the effect gets buffed to... Oh, wait, no, it's not. It doesn't get buffed necessarily. So it doesn't say instead. That's important. It doesn't say instead. It says you can move... You can do this and do this as well. So that can be very strong potentially. So you get to move 2 Aember around with this artifact if Concept Primus is in a discard pile, which is like very easy. You can just discard it if you want the effect immediately. Or if he's on the field, you have the second effect already on Concept Primus as well. So this is very interesting. I like this. Is like, this can be very strong, depending, of course, this is very board state dependent, how impactful it's going to be. But I like the design idea of this, and it definitely makes the Primus a lot stronger having a support artifact like this, which like, does the same effect as an artifact. But okay, then we have Sacrosaurus. Okay, this has 6 power now. Okay, so I know. Oh, right. I think how this power works. I just remember now that I see that it's like 6 power on a Saurian again. Where do we have the Saurus thing? Here is Lucasaurus. These armor stuffs and power shenanigans, these are added up. Like basically the Saurus, the vanilla Saurus thing has like maybe 3 power, and the Lyco has 2 power, so they get added together, 5 power, no armor. If we now look at the Sacrosaurus, it seems that the Sacro part gives more power than the wolf, but gains you armor as well, but does no effect. So it's no skirmish. It's basically, it looks like 3 power, 3 armor, if that would be the case. And then the Saurus effect, if the Saurus part has 3 power. Maybe the Saurus part only has 2 power. We don't necessarily know that, but yeah, still, it's one of the combination cards. If I compare the two, I think this one is better than having Skirmish, since it's a play effect and not a fight effect. I think having more power and armor is better on this one, so definitely Sacrosaurus I think is already stronger than the Lycosaurus. Then we go to Untamed. Okay, we saw already these floops. We saw them on stream already. Skirmish and Fight give a beast creature 2+1 counters. They're both itself a beast and a cat. What is interesting, does he have the cat witch as well? You have another floof here. And then we have Glorious Attendant, an enhanced 2 symbol, only a common. Ooh. Okay, this is basically a dust pixie, which just, instead of having it themselves, it distributes them in the deck. It's 1 power, gives 2 extra symbols. If you have multiple of these in the deck, this can get very nasty. This is, I think, is it a buff dust pixie? Because you're not getting the Aember immediately. It's like more spread out. So you get 1 Aember there, 1 Aember there. Maybe you just get 1 and then you lose the game before you can get the second one. But you can give it more reliably since you can get it out of house as well. Like maybe the enhanced symbols aren't there. So it's like a different Dust Pixie. I think it's a worse Dust Pixie, to be fair, with that. But I'm not sure because I think with Aember symbol you rather have them both on the same card. So I think it's a slightly worse Dust Pixie, but still a great card. It's definitely better than Map the Mat or something like that. Dust Pixie was an awesome card, don't get me wrong. So this is still a good card for sure. But I think Dust Pixie would be better. But correct me in the comments if you have a different opinion. Then you have the Keyfrog. Destroyed, forge a key at... a key cheat as a destroyed effect. Interesting. 2 power only, so it's very easy to just run with this into something. But it is a key cheat at least the opponent can see coming. And wait, no, you could potentially with the correct other cards. Do we have like something in Untamed currently? No. We don't have anything in Untamed which could kill this right away. But let's say Unnatural Selection is still an Untamed in Mass Mutation. Then you can just play this card and destroy it in the same turn. And it's an immediate key cheat. Or it's a key cheat you can like play out and then at least you have a creature. So I think this, I actually like this quite a lot since... Usually, like if you draw like your key cheat, like your I don't know, your what's called the key storm. Oh goddamn it. The main key cheat in Untamed. You lose an Aember and then you get to forge a key at its current cost. Obviously, you lose the effect that you have to lose an Aember. But if you draw that card early in the game, it's like usually you just discard it, or if you're lucky, you can archive it. This card, you can, even if you don't want to forge a key, you can still just play it out and keep it on the board and potentially reap with it and stuff like that. And it might be a very juicy target for the opponent to destroy, since if he doesn't, you have the key cheat sitting right there, ready to be used anytime. So I like this card quite a lot. I'm not sure if it's actually better than like your standard key cheats, but I like the idea, and I want to see how like if you have, obviously you need stuff where you can destroy in the same turn to actually use it very effectively, but I like the idea of having key cheat on a creature, stuff like that. Then we have Reclaimed by Nature, an action card with an Aember Blip, purge an artifact, resolve its bonus icon as if you had played it. Ooh, okay, so that is the updated Rustnor, and better Rustnor, because one, you get to purge it, and you get to do it immediately. Rustnor has to fight, so you have to play him, you have to wait a turn, and he has to survive the fight to actually trigger its effect. And I like this a lot. Artifact control is very important in high tier decks because there are a lot of very impactful artifacts, and if you can't get rid of them, you are going to be in trouble. And yeah, this Reclaimed by Nature, very awesome card. I like it a lot, and here we have 2 of them. It's a common as well, so probably Untamed will on a regular basis have this card in the deck. They do have Resurgence, enhanced draw icon on Untamed, which is interesting. Usually Untamed is not about drawing, and has the effect play, return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. If that creature is a mutant, return another creature from... Ooh. Okay, so you're getting 2 for the price of 1. If one of them is a mutant, and so far, okay, how many mutants have we? Have 1 mutant here and Glorious Attendant. So okay, I guess you get this one for free, which doesn't really help you. It's a 1-power creature, so you can, I mean, with this, it has a bonus icon, so it helps recycling those. But if it doesn't have bonus icon, you don't really care about getting this card additionally. Barring you have like a Full Moon or Hunting Witch, similar stuff. It's a 1-power creature, so you don't necessarily need it. But it doesn't have the Aember Blip from Regrowth, but it gives you a draw icon, which is pretty nice. So is it a better Regrowth or a worse one? You get 2 cards out of them. And the mutant card doesn't have to be from Untamed, for sure. You can just get from another house, and then like the first creature, the mutant creature comes from another house, and then you get your Untamed creature you want to play on the same turn with the second effect. So I like it a lot. The enhanced draw is, I think, the best symbol out of the you can get. It's debatable. Bonus Aember is pretty nice as well, but I like the draw personally more. Yeah, cool card for sure. Then Savage Clash, action card, destroy each creature except the most powerful enemy creature and the least powerful friendly creature. Okay, it's a board wipe, but it leaves the most powerful enemy creature alive and your least powerful on your side. This is kind of sad seeing the Keyfrog right here. Since he has 2 power, he's most of the times going to be the least powerful creature, so he's actually going to survive this board wipe. In most of the times, of course, barring you have like the the fairy here on the board. So I mean, board control is always nice. Just seeing it together with the Keyfrog, it's a common as well, so it's most likely going to be the most common board control you're going to have in Untamed. And seeing then that the Keyfrog is only 2 power makes me a little sad. Makes me a little sad for sure. But yeah, still good card. Sadly doesn't give an Aember, but easy board wipe. If you don't have any creatures, you just leave one of the opponents alive. Maybe the opponent has only weak creatures, and then it doesn't. You can choose what he stays alive. Since if he has the important part is if you have same power creatures on the board, you get to decide which one of them survives. So it's a good board wipe for sure. It just makes me like kind of sad that it's like that it doesn't usually won't destroy the Keyforge, but still decent card for sure. Decent card for sure. Then we have Mushroom with a View, which a bunch of extra symbols. Let's just look at the bonus Aember it gets you. And then only heal damage from each friendly creature. Oh, it's a decent artifact. Like, healing was never really impactful so far, since fighting wasn't that impactful. And it gives you an extra Aember, so it's like, meh. You play it, and then you can potentially heal stuff, so it's meh, I want to say. Then we got Wild Bounty, another enhanced 2 Aember symbol. It's an uncommon though this time. And as the play effect, the next time you play a card this turn, resolve each of its bonus cards an additional time. Ooh, okay, so there's some nice combo potential. So now, for example, let's look at this card. You have 3 extra symbols on this. If you play this card before, you get 2 Aember, you get to capture 2 Aember, and you get to draw 2 cards. I don't know how often it will happen that you can like get so many extra symbol cards on one card, but this can lead to some nasty combos with this. It gives you 2 extra symbols, so in best case scenario, you're at least getting 2 Aember out of this. I mean, you get 1 extra Aember out of this, so in most cases, it's gonna be at least generate you 1 Aember. Best case scenario. But this is like I want to say it's a very situational card, because depending on your hand, this might be just do nothing, and you just discard it and nothing happens. But with the right cards, like this could be insane value you can get out of this. So it is like a very high roll, and depends on the deck and your hand card. So it's an uncommon only, so I like that at least. That you don't have like too many of these, and they're not going to be useful. But yeah, interesting card for sure. This can definitely lead to some insane turns if you have the correct deck with Wild Bounty. And then we have the Morgan Queen. There we have the Cat Queen. And this makes me think that my theory is correct, that the Queen and the cats are going to be similar to Urchin and Fagin. That you can have the cats, the Flumes, without the Queen, but as soon as you have the Queen as well, you are going to get 2 cats at least. At least this kind of helps with this idea that we have 2 cats actually here together with the Queen. And yeah, we already saw this on stream. Skirmish after create and it warded, so the cats go to play warding and fight ready friendly beast creatures. You can ready the other creatures, fight with them, put 2+1 counters on something. So yeah, it's a crazy cat lady as a card. And then we have Word of Returning, which is making a return, which okay, that's like 2 returns in 1 sentence, but I like that a lot, especially with now we have the first time that Word of Returning and Saurian are in the same set. So that can lead to some, it only goes for enemy creatures, but still, I was thinking like maybe you can get each Aember from like your creatures in the pool as well, but no, it's only enemy creatures. But still, for opposing Saurian, this is gonna be very nice. Sanctum is now back as well, so we will have a lot of capturing there. Probably a lot of my capturing will happening either way because of the capturing symbol we see right here. So I think Word of Return got buffed by quite a lot by Saurian, Sanctum, and the capturing symbol. But yeah, this is the first deck. We are already at 23 minutes, so I think I'm gonna record the next deck separately. But I'm gonna finish it here, and then I'm gonna put out the next decks really soon. And yeah, just have separate videos, so you don't have to like 4 decks would be like 80-minute video. That would be long. But yeah, that's all from me. Be excited for the next decks. I will see you there. Ciao.